The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Hello, here I am. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday. I'm back in Los Angeles, California. Andrew is in St. Louis. Noah is in Arizona. She has a new wall that she painted just right behind her. That's all she painted was the space behind her. But it's your house. You can do what you want to.
Why did you tell?
Can we see the outline?
Yeah.
Can you show the camera?
Yes, I can. Hold on. Max. So
this is bad. Andrew, you forget that we have an audio podcast, but that's okay. Let's see.
So you see how I didn't paint
right
that
now,
corner?
Noah is.
No,
Oh,
we can't. I can't
no,
see
we
because you're on a
can't.
little
Yeah.
sliver. So this was a failed attempt, but it's fun.
You have to maximize
So
it.
you just do what you can. You know, it's where did you go get the paint?
I went to Sherwin-Williams because my sister-in-law
Sherwin.
used that. And
What is there? Isn't it like trust Sherwin-Williams? Do they have a? I feel like
That
they
sounds
have
about
a
right.
slogan. Yeah.
I
Well,
do
I would have
like-
just gone to Home Depot. Like, how do you know where to go?
I would have gone to Home
And
Depot.
did they walk in? Do they make you do they go like, what are you painting? What kind of, do they give you a bunch of, do they make it a whole thing? Or are you just like, I just want a yellow, just make it easy because I'm already stressed out about going to buy paint for a room that I'm not painting.
Okay,
What's
so
the
I
process?
chose Sherwin-Williams because my sister-in-law used them for her house. And I was like, okay, great. Now I know where to go. Less
that's good.
options. And I
Yes.
found like 5 colors that I was thinking about on Pinterest. So I just went there and I was like, I want these.
Oh yeah.
Took them home, hung them up on the wall for a couple of days, and then landed on this one. And I hated it. When I started painting it, I hated it.
It looks like, I don't know if your color is off, but it looks like beige. It looks like a yellowy beige.
It's double latte.
Double
Okay.
latte. Oh my God, that's kind of what I get.
So I kinda like
with
it because
2
it
pumps
enhances-
of sugar-free vanilla and stevia. Oh, it enhances white people's skin tone.
My bronzer kind of goes with my bronzer, so I'll keep it.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
I like watching paint get mixed. It's very relaxing to see it in
yeah.
the store when they're just spinning it. Oh,
so you've gotten to buy paint too?
like twice. Yeah, it's you're like
It's
oh,
green wall.
You have they give you a brown stick for some reason. I don't know what you really do with that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we painted in my bedroom on my reality show. That was so fun to open the paint and just and it's
I like smelling
the
paint.
The whole time my mom was just like, Nikki, you're gonna get it everywhere. And she was right. But it was just, I think I was just filled with anxiety. Any kind of paint, I think my mom has placed an ample amount of just complete anxiety and concern over me spilling paint. So I don't like paint at all. I don't like but I'm really good with nail polish. People are like, I think some people go, did you do your own nail? They'll sometimes watch me do my nails and they're like, how are you doing that? And I'm like, how do you not do this? Like, what are people paint their nails like they're a 3-year-old, I guess some people, but it's very easy. I definitely, if going to get your nails done is like a better option because they cut your cuticles and everything and they can get a tighter gloss, like more close to your nail. But Noah, do you ever paint your nails? Like some women I've heard are like, I could never do that. And I'm like, it's just I'm not trying to act like I'm a genius or something. I just don't understand what's so hard about it.
What's hard about it is painting my right hand with my left hand. It's always shaky.
Well, let me give you the tip. Hold your left hand steady, like put your hand with the paint on rest your wrist on the table so that's steady. And then you move your right hand along the brush.
Oh, interesting.
If that makes sense. That's not what I do because I guess I can paint with my left hand, but that is the thing that you can do if you're having the shakes. But also my problem with nail paint is that I will not have the patience to let it dry. Never ever will I ever paint my nails and not nick one of them at least because it takes really 35 to 40 minutes before they're solid. And even then, if you pull up your pants or you button your jeans and you nick it just enough, it's still soft enough that it can just like, cake frosting, just scoop up on your nail. And but I feel like at a nail salon they kind of like make you stay, and they're like monitoring you.
Are there little dryers for your hands that will speed up the process?
They do those. Yeah, they do those, and you can get them for your home. But like that's why girls do gel nails, or I do Sally Hansen like rapid, because I just want it to be fast, because I will always bump them. But the girls that have patience to do their own nails and then they don't destroy that, like my nails look perfect when I get done with them, destroyed within minutes from me forgetting to take out my Invisalign, and I have to do it, and then I go up in there and I scrape it on there, or pants, or digging in something for your purse. But gel nails, those are the ones that cost more, but they dry right away, and they are hard as rocks as soon as you leave.
Invention.
And that was like the greatest thing to ever happen, because you don't have to wait at the nail salon forever and just sit there like a fucking idiot, just looking out the window with your nails in that little dryer, like just a dumb girl, just like looking out the window. I just feel like such an orphan whenever I'm at the nail salon looking out the window with my nails.
Well, you can't be on your phone, right?
Yeah, you can't do anything with your hands, and so you're just like, your neck kind of cranes towards the window, like, oh, someday, somewhere, I'll be adopted out.
Maybe you could pay someone else there to go through your phone for you, like another person.
Yeah.
That wouldn't. It's not a bad idea. Pay them an extra $30, and they'll scroll through
you
Instagram.
Want to be. But I mean, can you imagine looking through your phone and scrolling through Instagram with someone else? Have you ever had Brenna like look over your shoulder when you're looking through Instagram, or like?
And nothing's bad, but you feel like she just saw like, I don't know, something like some nuclear codes that you've been holding on to blow her up. I don't know, something terrible. Like, oh, these are your deepest, darkest thoughts, but you're just looking at a pair of Nikes
it's just
to buy.
Your feed is like very personalized to you. Yes. I mean, I'm not ashamed of mine, and I kind of like when Chris looks at mine, or I get to look at his, because I'm like, oh my God, it's so different than mine. Like the things we look at, although I've said it before, our Reddits are like the same, except he follows F1 things. And so we're constantly sending each other the same Reddit thing at the same time, because it's showing up on our feed at the same time. We both are like laughing at the same time about something that is happening on both of our phones. But yeah, people's feeds are so different. It is a weird thing when like you probably don't follow a lot of hot girl accounts because you have a girlfriend and girls don't like that. But I think a lot, like there are guys that I've like noticed. I'll sometimes just like go down a rabbit hole, I guess, of just looking at some, like I'll see like a hot girl in someone else's picture, and I'll go, who is that? And then I'll go to her thing, and then I'll see her hot friend who's like, they're acting like lesbians in every photo, but they're not really, and that's like their brand, it's just like rubbing on each other oily and wearing crystals. And then I'll look at
pizza. Yeah.
Yes, or like holding a cookie next to their eye, thinking that's how you eat it or something. And like, I love cookies.
There
was a girl the other day. Oh, yeah. Cookie pirate. And so Cookie pirate is like...
Hashtag.
Cookie pirate.
Lisa,
but then you go and you look at Cookie Pirate. So you go down this, you like through 8 clicks, you find like the hottest, most vacuous, most like only there to show her shiny tits and like her shiny cheekbones and like her big fish eyes and her big pouty lips, and she doesn't do anything else on there. We all know these girls, and they have like 17 million followers, and you see their posts and you start going, oh, look who follows her. Like you start seeing guys that like their posts, and you're like, ew, what is this? And I just go like, and some of these guys are guys that have like slid in before to be like, you're beautiful to me and like make me feel special. And I'm just like, oh, that's nice. Like that's, nice try. I have a boyfriend or whatever. But then I go, why would any girl ever trust any of you scoundrels that are like liking hot girl Instagrams? And I used to think it was not like a big deal for guys to do that. Like I'm like, they're allowed to like I wouldn't care if like Chris followed like hot girls on Instagram. He doesn't, I don't think, because I like, aside from his sister, she's hot, but not like, she's not one of those girls on there. But like he doesn't follow like those people, but I wouldn't mind. But if he were liking it or like writing like beautiful or like heart eye emojis, like if you are a guy that does that, That is a bad fucking look. It's
Yeah,
weird. It's suspicious. And every time you go on someone's, it's always like, whatever their name is, and 6 million others. I'm just like, ew. It's like what I said on the podcast yesterday when I was solo. Like, if you are ever waiting outside at a brunch spot and it has like hundreds of people in line, or you're just like one of the masses, it like makes me grossed out. Like, have your own thing. Go like someone who like whoa, when people like Billie Eilish's post where she's just like pouting like I'm cold and it's just her tits, and I'm just like you're a 40-year-old man, stop liking Billie Eilish's.
It's for the music.
Have
you heard like her like new single? I'm a pouty little girl, cookie pirate. I'm a cookie pirate. Dude, I think though, like, what would be creepier, or what would, like, if the problem is they either have 18 million followers or they have like 500 followers, and then if you're like liking a random girl who's hot who only has like 600 followers, that could be even worse. You know what I mean?
Way
that
worse.
feels
How
like,
about unless you know the girl and you are fucking her in a relationship, you don't write anything under their thing. Like, listen, I know that people still write things under mine. I'm not talking. Those people aren't listening to this podcast right now, and you can write like that. You know, like those people don't listen to podcasts. Don't you think? Like, we're not going to reach those guys.
They follow you for your legs, not your comedy.
Right.
Yeah, I want to fuck your feet. Also, I love what you said about like self-care. Like, go you about veganism, and also I like want to eat like your toes and shit.
Did you see on Instagram yesterday? Did you lose a ton of followers and did you freak the fuck out?
Oh yeah,
Everyone
my
was freaking
Instagram
out.
was kind of going wild.
Everyone's was. Did you look into it?
I just it was funny because Brenna was also looking at it because she got over 2,000 followers because of that photo, and now all these creepy guys are following her.
Oh no, it's just she's getting that now.
Which photo?
Yeah,
The J-Lo photo?
Our Halloween photo. That
Right.
So we noticed it and we Googled it, and apparently some people were like, I'm getting fucking Elon is now taking, like, they like connected it with like, oh, because I'm a right winger that they're taking my
people were getting banned for no reason, and then all of a sudden followers were dropping. Like, but I don't ever notice my follower count, whatever, like moving that much. But I realize I don't specifically know the number, but when it changes, I notice it because I'm so used to seeing the number at the top of the page. I don't even, it's almost like the shapes change. And I go, why is that shape changed up there? If you know what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
I
if
do.
someone got a haircut as opposed to like, I know exactly how many inches your hair is. You're just like, that looks different up there. And I think I'm just like and so I was just like, that number, two of those numbers has changed. Usually it's like one or a 0.1 or whatever. And I'm like, there's too much change up there. And I started looking at it, and then I clocked it, and I was like, okay, that's the number, I guess. Maybe I was crazy. I thought it was more before, but that's fine. And then 2 minutes later, I go back, and I had posted a picture, and it was getting like no likes. And I really don't usually track that stuff, but I was yesterday stuck in the airport for so long, and all I had to do was just refresh Instagram, and nothing was happening online because it was 8 a.m. on the East Coast. And so I noticed it, and I was like, why am I getting like no likes on this? This is a fucking funny haunted picture. And then I was like, oh my God. And then I saw, and it was like dropping by thousands every 2 minutes. Like it would drop down a whole 1,000. And I was like, what is happening? So then and it's so funny because I got a text from this guy that texts me, I probably like once every 3 years. And he's kind of like this comedian that like a lot of people aren't friends with anymore, who's just like, I don't know, he's burned some bridges, and I've always been like nice to him because I've, mental illness sucks, and he and I have empathy, and I'm also terrified that he'll turn on me, but he wrote me and was like, Nikki, my follower count just dropped dramatically. Wait, what did he say? I gotta read it, but it was like so funny. He was like, hey, Nikki, for some reason, Instagram deleted my account and I'm at a loss trying to get it back. Oh, yeah. So people's accounts were being deleted. That's what's happening. That's why you were losing followers. People were arbitrarily having their accounts deleted. He's like, I'm reaching out to my famous friends if they have contacts over there or their agents. As you can imagine, it sucks for business. I'm just like, and I just go, everyone is losing followers and getting suspended today. Not just you. It's a glitch. And then, which is a new Taylor Swift song. And so I said, it's a glitch. And then he was just like, oh, good to know. Thanks. But it was like, all you have to do before you write your famous friends, asking them if their agents can get you back on.
I just Googled it.
Is Google it. And at the time, there was nothing on Google, but go to why are people so just don't jump to the thing that's going to be the most, say you have the thing wrong. You're not right about what is happening. Like, everyone, I think, sometimes jumps to, it's happening to me. It's me. And my first thing is like, I hope this is happening to everyone. I went to Reddit and just went to losing followers. Oh no, I went to actually, first I Googled losing thousands of followers. And then it was like, why could this be? And there were all these articles. It was like, your brand isn't strong enough. You're posting too many promotional things. I'm like, all I posted was a picture of myself in a Snow White mask from, Halloween in the 80s. And they're like, other reasons like, you follow too many bots, and I was like,
yeah.
But I don't have or you bought followers. I'm like, I've never done that. I've just rented them, and I was like, what's so then I went on Reddit, which is, if you don't know, Reddit is today's Tuesday. It's Reddit dump day. Reddit is the number one place to go for information. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's like people know that now. There's like articles about it that Google sucks, and if you want an answer to a specific thing, it's somewhere on Reddit. So if you type in Reddit and then your question, it'll get a more specific one. I go to Reddit and boom, in the subreddit Instagram, it says, I'm losing followers, anyone else? And everyone's like, I'm losing thousands, hundreds, tens, I'm getting banned. I just got banned. I didn't do anything. I haven't posted in weeks. I just got banned. And so like, okay, it's a glitch. They'll figure it out. Right?
I love that guy though, who it sounds like if he's burned a bunch of bridges, he might post some things that might get you kicked off. So he's like,
he
you're like,
jumps
dude,
right
it's
to
a glitch. It's a glitch. And then he's like, no, it's a burning cross that I posted.
Yeah.
So there are some people that got kicked off that day. That just
he was like, it was that picture of Kanye on a cross that I posted in sympathy.
He's like, it's not a glitch. Call your agent.
I mean, it's just...
it is kind of crazy to think about how much, because we are comedians, we do depend on social media.
Take it away. I was like, please let this be
reason.
the end.
Yeah,
take it away.
Yeah.
Everyone is. I saw a girl the other day post a thing that was like, guys, it's been a long time coming, but I'm stepping away. This whole thing of like, I'm stepping away from Instagram. I'm going to have my assistant post things. It's just not good for my mental health. I can't stop doom scrolling. And so this will be active, but I will not be on it. And it's just like, I'll see you in a month, bitch. Like, there's no way.
A month, an hour. Yeah.
I'll see you a month at most.
Also, you're asking your assistant, how's it going over there?
I screenshotted it so I can laugh when she's back posting things.
Then you just look at your assistant's face looking at your Instagram.
I don't. Yeah. And go, what is it? What does it say?
How's it going?
I can tell by your face. How many likes? I can tell by your face that's less than 3,000 likes. Oh my God. The thing is, like, I get it. This is what people do with alcohol. They're like, never again. And then they're drinking the next weekend. And they want to announce it to everyone. I'm never smoking cigarettes again. And you want to announce it to everyone because you want to be accountable. So it makes sense why they do it. I'm not shitting on that. But we all have to realize that these things are much bigger addictions than just like, I'm stepping away. I'm a conscious uncoupling from my social media. It's gonna take the world blowing. It's gonna take serious. I predict. There's this girl that I follow.
This is gonna be negative, I feel.
No, it's not. I predict an explosion of, not a real explosion, a figurative explosion.
Figurative.
Of self-help books, techniques, and courses to help people get off social media within the next couple of years. Like, it's going to be, there's going to be a mass exodus. There will be something else that we all go to, but it's getting to be too much. People are going to, mentally, we can't take it anymore. It's just too much. But that's my prediction. We'll talk a little bit more about Instagram when we get back from this break. All right, we're back. Speaking of Instagram, you and Brenna posted that you went to a Halloween party. You dressed as Ben Affleck. She dressed as J-Lo on Friday, was it?
It was Saturday night.
Saturday. How was that? Who came up with the idea? What was the execution? Where'd you get the markers for your Ben Affleck back tattoo?
I mean, it was my idea. She does look a little like J-Lo, I think.
Yes.
Her grandfather would tell her, which I felt like was a weird thing that I learned, that her grandpa was like, you should dress like J-Lo more. Like, which kind of comes off kind of creepy.
Yeah, he's like, well, because J-Lo's never been modestly dressed. It's not like he's like talking about a version of J-Lo that...
In that
like
wedding
cozy
planner
J-Lo.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that one movie where she wore like her neckline was like all the way up.
So I was like, I think it'd be so funny because I thought of the idea to put just the Ben Affleck tattoo is obviously the funniest thing ever with that, because she's like with P. Diddy with that in that outfit, which is the coolest
the
thing
outfit
you
that
could
Brenna
be.
chose. Yes.
And the most uncool
And
thing would
you
be,
can't be that, by the way.
yeah, it'd be tough for me to meet P. Diddy. Yeah.
That would be it.
So I woke up that morning and I've talked about it, and she wasn't like so into it. And then I was like, come on, it would just be fun. And she's like, no. And then once we started rolling and she like got into it, we went to Target, we went to Michael's, she was really into it. And it was a really fun, what
What made
it
her
felt like
choose
a scavenger hunt.
that look?
It was
instead
either
of,
going to
like,
be
the
that or the
green
green
dress?
dress. It was
Right.
cheaper. I guess it's
Oh,
cheaper.
gotcha.
So,
But did you find the green dress somewhere? Did you order the stuff online?
No, we just went to
was
with
the
the
day
white
of
stuff.
that
It was
they
the
came up
day of,
with
so
it.
we got a Nordstrom rack. We got the pants and the belt, and we got the thing from Mike. I don't even know what's in Michael's. I don't even know what Michael's is.
Doesn't Michael smell so good?
It's kind of fun in there. You feel like arts and crafts, like a little kid in there.
The lighting is terrible. The ceilings are too low. But I love the smell, and I love just like the old women shuffling around in different aisles, picking out doll eyes and like those little like pipe cleaners and like rubber stamps. And
This
just,
one's 2 stories in
really,
in like not Chesterfield, fucking
it's
anywhere.
okay. No one cares.
Yeah, when you get off Highway 64, and you go, you went too
This is
far.
a local podcast.
Yeah. So it was a fun little I don't know. I love doing those things, and I just picture a TikTok couple that does that like every 2 days, and I'm like, we were done. Like after we did it once, getting things together, getting
Yes.
things for the photo, posting it, we're like, all right, we're good for a year now. Like,
Yeah, it was a fun
really good time.
collab. I know doing couples outfits is fun. Chris and I have never been together. This is our oh my god, Chris is leaving right now. We made it through Halloween. We never have been together at a Halloween. We had a really good Halloween too. Yesterday was, we went to a show on Sunday night, but then yesterday, Chris was an amazing boyfriend to me all day long. I appreciated him so much. Now he's taking out the recycling. Can you just say hi?
Hi.
I love you.
Oh, he's still in costume.
He's still
I love
in
that you
costume.
broke the boxes
You do
down.
look like I did, but we
job.
both did. Yes.
What's that?
Oh,
What's that?
if you don't break boxes down, you're a monster. Correct.
It's fun. It kind of feels like
The worst. You got to break the Chris agrees. If you to the people leaving boxes full in our, I've
in
told
our
this
building.
before. In our building, it says, please. Our building is so clean. The service people, the people who clean it and service the building work so freaking hard. It is immaculate. It's one of the reasons I moved there. You just walked in, you're like, this place is nice. The people who work here care for it, even though they don't live here, and that's what you pay for. And these fucking slobs in our, if you're listening to the podcast and you live in my building, you know who you are. I know some people listen to the podcast. You're a fucking slob.
How did you learn it though? Because I learned it working in retail when I had to take out garbage. That's
Well,
where
I learned
to
it
break
from
down
the
boxes.
sign in the storage room that says, please break
be a
down your
fucking slob.
boxes
Yeah.
and put them next to the bin. So they do everything for us. You don't have to even go down to another level. It's on your floor is a trash room. It says trash room on it and you know what? That's an ample word for the people who go in there sometimes because they are trash, white trash. White trash is not a nice term, but you are trash if you go in there and by the way, on your box is your name and your apartment. And I have been so fucking tempted when they just throw their boxes in there, not broken down,
gone?
expecting someone else to
Did
do
you
it.
almost knock?
No, what I want to do is take their box back
Put it
and
back.
throw it in front of their door and knock on their door and run away and just go and leave a
Would you
note that
break
says,
it down first?
"Break it down." I'll break it down. You're a piece of shit.
Break it down.
Because all you do is
Get
think
'em.
about yourself. You don't think about other people. You don't think that there are actually people who clean up after you. If you're one of the like, I realized probably 10 years ago, maybe it was probably 20 at this point. Because you know when you like realize that you've been saying 10 years ago for something and you're like, oh man, I gotta update that.
Yeah.
I'm so much
Yeah.
older.
10 years ago, I played t-ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
My
It's been
20-year
about
reunion
50,
is coming
yeah.
up in a couple weeks. I'm like, yay, yay, yay. So it was
For
probably
grad
15
school.
years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 15 years ago, I just was like, I just had a realization, like, you'd go, especially going to bars where people are drunk. Girls trash bathrooms. I mean, there's toilet paper everywhere. There's paper towels everywhere. I have not once in 15 years, and now I make it a thing of like, I've never left a piece of paper, whether it's a paper towel, whether it's where you're pulling out the toilet paper and it's like, you get little pieces and they just fall. I pick up every single one because I remember one time, and I know this is what I'm talking about. You're an adult who doesn't realize that other people have to do that. If you don't do it, someone is going to have to bend over and do that. And the someone is the person that didn't even make the mess in the first place. And yes, that's their job. No, their job is to empty the bin in which you throw it in. You little trash raccoon. Like, it's not their job to pick up because you are in a rush to get to your gate and just throw the paper towel and they're already spilling all over. There's no room. Push it down with another paper towel. I don't want to touch it. I don't know what's in there. Take a wad of paper towels and push it all down. Keep it all in there. I'm a messy, trashy, gross person. If you look around my apartment, it looks like a bathroom in, the Lower East Side in 2008 at like a punk show. Like there is crap
No one was there.
everywhere. Yeah, no one was there, but it's just people are gross. Anyway, back to Halloween. So you guys, what party did you guys go to? And
Just in
I
our
saw you
building. In our building.
Wait, this was
On the third floor. We went to.
you did this all for our building?
No, I did it for the Instagram photo.
You did it
I
for
was like,
influence.
I'm using you to get
Oh
the
my
likes.
god, that's so funny that you do costumes now for Instagram. I honestly that would never occur to me.
We did do things. We went to, my costume was just a tattoo on my back, so you didn't know until I lifted my shirt up. But we went downstairs and we didn't even know there was going to be a party. They put out this whole charcuterie, whatever. Goddamn shit.
No.
This is when I retire. All right. You know what? It's been a good run.
Wait.
I just want to thank everybody. I'm going to take some time away for the next few months.
If you have eaten from the board, you need to know how to say it.
All right, teach it to me. Charcuterie.
Just try it. Just try. Let's say there's a gun to your head, and you have to get it right, and you're not trying to be cutie about it. Just really try.
I'm really not trying to be cutie. Charcuterie.
Come on.
Charcuterie. Oh boy.
You're in
I
Squid
just
Game.
got shot. I'm dead. Charcuterie.
Yeah, this is Squid Game.
Charcuterie. Call the security.
My thing is like you've probably
break it
encountered
down.
this word, especially with Brenna, a million times, and you still won't learn it. Like, do every single time? Do you just go? Do you just?
You know how many
What
times I've
happens
said
when you've said it
esthetician
before?
wrong? I've said esthetician. I can't say that word either. There's like a few words that just
But
don't.
it's because you're lazy. It's not because you're like you have. Don't make this about like. But I
It's
have
not
a
lazy.
condition.
I do have a condition.
No, it
It's
is.
called dumb. I'm dumb. I can't do
No,
it.
it's not.
I can't.
You
I
can just-
try.
If you
I've
can
learned the
memorize
word.
Eminem's, like, whatever.
7 different levels of devil worship, horses, human sacrifice, cannibal, and charcuterie.
You can memorize charcuterie.
Okay. Do it one more time.
Char.
Q.
Q. Tur. Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
Charcuterie.
Esthetician.
Esthetician.
Yeah.
The
Nice. So just-
esthetician ate from the charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's great. Okay, so they had a charcuterie. I mean, it's funny to me that you don't know that word, and yet why can't you just not mention
What was I going to
it?
say? The meat plate?
Well, I would just skip
Cheese
over
plate?
it if I didn't know what.
Call it a cheese plate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheese and meat plate.
I didn't know
But-
until I went for it.
But
to
that's
be
what they
honest.
mean to you. They mean like you have an esthetician in your life who means so much to you. You have a charcuterie board that means so much to you, yet you won't learn what those words are.
I mean, they're both very similar kind of words. They're both the same amount of syllables. They just the CH, I think. Anyhow,
they're not easy words. I think we can all agree. We get where it comes from. Okay, so they had a board, a cheese and meat board.
yeah, and then it was literally just us and this like two 75-year-old couples were at the party. And
No
then there was a ton of people came, like everyone
I've
came
always
late.
wondered about
Who
those
lives in the
parties
building?
that they advertise in the building. They're always like doing these parties, and it's so cute.
It
Shout
really
out
is.
to those. But I'm like, who the fuck would go to this?
Me and Brenna to win the contest. We won. No one else was dressed up, so we took down first place. So that
Nice.
was pretty cool.
Did you win anything? Was there a prize?
Yeah, we won some. They let us put some
Free
meat in
rent?
our cargo pants. No, they gave us a trophy. We won a trophy. No, some people did show up in costume and later on, but for a little while, it was
Who?
literally.
I want to know. Besides the 75-year-old couples, like who's going to that party? What do they look like? What are they?
They look like doctors.
Because I get why you guys went. Like you needed an excuse to dress up for Instagram, but you also needed to put a party on it just so you just don't look like you're only doing it for Instagram.
Yes.
I get that.
Yeah.
But why these people actually went to like have? I'm not judging it. I wish more people would go because. But isn't there a party like on the street down in where we
did
live?
that too. We actually went to that, and we went for about 10 minutes. And I'm not too cool for it, but it's just a lot, And then there was a guy like tried to steal from a car, and he was passed out, and his pants were down around his ankles, and some guy started kicking him. Like in the ass because he said he stole from his car. And Brenna's like, hey, don't do that. I'm like, what are we doing here? You're yelling at this guy. I'm Ben Affleck.
She was J-Lo, man.
I know. She really J-Lo'd there.
J-Lo's-
And part of me, I respect the fuck out of it, but I'm going to get stabbed. Like it's going to come.
Again.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Like you got, the second time
with
you're like,
no
I've
vest.
been stabbed. I don't want to be stabbed. Yeah. With
I
just
get
a
scared in those
shitty tattoo.
situations because like I've seen it. I don't
What
know.
kind of marker did you use on your back?
Just a washable Sharpie.
But was it coming off on your clothes though?
It did all right. I guess
And you
it's in
shaved
my
your back.
t-shirt. She shaved my back. Brenna shaved
Yeah.
my. It took longer than I thought, which was kind of sad.
To shave your back. Was that
Yeah.
a fun like
Yeah, we did it in the shower. And she's like, I was like, it was pretty. Yeah, it was the whole ordeal was hilarious of her shaving my back and then literally drawing this phoenix. And I thought she killed it. Actually, she did like.
Yeah,
rape-
it looked
It
good.
looked just like
really
his
good.
tattoo.
But
Yeah.
I
It looked better.
Have you ever been in a situation where like, I feel like if
We've
Chris
talked
was-
about this before where
Yeah.
girls will start things that their boyfriends have to finish.
Yeah. And I was, I
Yeah.
don't know. I was just like, come on, let's go. I look like Ben probably getting drunk and yelling at J-Lo. Like we were really
Yeah.
nailing it.
Or you
But,
know that meme of him where he's like outside the door smoking a cigarette, looking
Smoking a
really
cigarette is
frustrated?
so
That was
funny.
Andrew.
Yes, I wish he would have done that, Ben Affleck. I thought I was like, oh, that's and with you get a Starbucks cup. We've all seen that, like where he's holding. But the tattoo was hilarious. But that was you
What
probably.
did
looked
you
like
do
just
for
like,
Halloween, Nikki?
Did you get
said
dressed
had a
up
good
at all?
day.
You said you were going to put a
No.
wig on.
Yeah, but then I was like, what does that even go with? So I just did shows. I did, Friday, Saturday I did shows in Iowa, and then Sunday I went to Chris's brother's show. I talked about it yesterday.
Ludo.
And then yesterday was actually Halloween, and I went to Boston for a doctor's appointment that took me all day. I flew out at 5:30, landed at 9, slept in the airport until 11, went to my appointment at 12. Went back to the airport and then flew to JFK and then flew to LA and landed at 8. So it was just a lot of travel for like but I did get bumped up to business class on my JFK to LA flight, which is just all the difference. I got to
lay
speech
down.
completely horizontal all the way down. Like there's a button that has like a straight line that makes sure it doesn't, there's a button that usually makes it like go back a little bit. And then there's a button that is a straight line. You're like, it's just, I'm turning this into a line and it's like damn straight. And you go all the way back. And it was so nice. And I read a whole book yesterday, or I guess 90% of a book. I'm almost done. Jeanette McCurdy's, I'm Glad My Mom Is Dead. Have you guys heard of that?
Oh no.
It's like been the number one bestseller for like months and months now. But
triggering.
it's
Fiction or nonfiction?
Noah. Noah's too jealous. It's nonfiction. It's about the girl that was in the show Sam and Cat on and also iCarly on Disney Channel.
Oh yeah,
and Jeanette
yeah.
McCurdy. And
Yes.
she
I heard good things about that
She has anorexia. She has an overbearing mother who like made her choose an acting career. She didn't really want one. It's a lot about if you are someone who relates to people pleasing and like if you have an alcoholic parent or a dysfunctional parent, you will totally relate and you'll see how that manifests in your life to just like go with the flow and like just give people what they want constantly because you're trying to always make mommy or daddy happy. If you have like a depressed mom or an anxious mom or an angry mom or an angry dad, like she just did a really good job of I've read 2 books now about girls' childhoods that are very similar but also very different. So Jeanette, I really recommend. I haven't finished. I'm 10% away from finishing it. This is the opposite of what I usually do. And I couldn't put it down, as one of those books. And then I also read Educated last week, and that is another book about growing up with insane parents, and it's so good. I think that's like a genre I like, is like people that trace their lives from childhood. I guess it's a memoir, but it was really good. And yeah, I'm just been like, but I have to say that like sometimes when you say that you're reading a lot, you like, it feels like you're bragging.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be clear, like, it doesn't feel like I'm doing something better than watching a TV show at all. Like, it feels just as much indulgent and like I'm avoiding things that I should be doing. Like, I think somewhere along the way, reading got put into like you're an intellectual or like you're doing something good for yourself. Reading can be really like, I would say even sometimes more or like sometimes I get done watching a TV show and I'm like, I learned something. Oh, I want to create something now. I like inspiring. Like it's just, reading is just as bad as TV. And I think and TV can be just as good as reading. Do you agree?
I think it depends what you're reading. If you were like, hey, I was just reading.
I'm not reading James Joyce.
Yeah, if you're reading like The Science of a Tree Frog or something, the people would be like, okay,
Yeah.
we get it. You're learning about like evolution.
But even that, I've read this about the science of things and I still struggle with feeling like you're putting off your work. You would rather learn about psychopaths or the science of addiction or depression than you would be getting actual work done. So sometimes when I say I'm reading a book, my friends go, I should read a book. Oh, you're reading. That's so good. Yeah. I'm like, no, it's
Look
not.
At you.
I am avoiding my work. Like I am avoiding working out. I am avoiding going on a walk. I'm avoiding socializing. I'm avoiding all the things that, I'm depressed right now. Reading is like, I get to lay in bed and curl in a ball and look at my phone. That's
Do you
what
write
reading is to
better
me.
when you read? I feel like I write
Yes.
better jokes when I'm reading.
Well, not better jokes. I just feel like because I read this girl's book all in one day, my brain is now narrating my life like that author. Like you and I are both chameleons. Like we absorb kind of how the way people talk, I think.
It's
and so
exhausting.
I can talk like her.
I wish
Like,
I was a
exactly.
lizard that just like same day, same coat every day. Don't need to blend into a tree.
I like that because if I want to be
like it,
funnier,
but-
I just watch
Yeah.
something super funny, and then all of a sudden I get funnier.
That's a good point. Like we can take it in very easily, very quickly.
Yes. But it is hard to like get in that mode. There's sometimes where I'm going to do someone's podcast and I'm like, get in a funny mode because I'm just not. I'm in a, on this podcast, I don't feel that pressure because it's like my podcast and people don't expect it to be like uproariously funny. But some of these podcasts I go on, people are like, stop talking about mental health. Just make jokes. And I'm like, I'm not in the mood to make jokes. So sometimes I listen to something really funny on the way there to like get in that rhythm. Because it's hard to just like break into that for me. I feel like I have different modes. And we'll get into those modes later on. Do we have time for news after this break?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to break and then come back with some news. All right, let's get to the news.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh, it's Tuesday, folks. You know what that means? It is Tuesday. Apparently, you're having a good time out there. We're having a great time in here. Nikki reads books and having all the swells. To you, Noah.
Well, scientists are looking into damaging memories of being cheated on by using the same drug prescribed for high blood pressure, migraines, and anxiety disorders.
Yeah, I sent Noah this because it
So
was
you
like
take
kind of
drugs to
eternal
get over-
sunshine of the spotless mind kind of thing. Yeah, you can take drugs. It doesn't like go in and find that memory and go like delete. It just makes it so it
dulls
you know,
it.
it's yeah. But isn't that probably for any like memory, whether it's like a car crash or a breakup?
So
or,
weird if they can make it specifically for it's like Viagra. It's just for your penis blood. You know.
Oh right. Wait, is that Viagra's only for your penis blood?
I think. I mean, that's where it seems to all go.
Yeah, it doesn't give you like a
Interesting.
stiff arm or something.
You know what I?
That would be weird if it made you like. They gave you like zombie arms while you're fucking.
Dude. Yeah. Oh, it kicked in. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just weird that it gets like an exact memory, or at least a memory that's
Well,
similar.
people
It's
think
just,
that like Tylenol is like just for headaches. No, Tylenol will find whatever pain is in your body.
oh, that's a good point. So I guess this drug is for things that it's probably
For-
at least a little bit more generic.
And I don't think
But-
they've made the drug yet. I think it tests that it's like. Well, Noah, did you read any more about it?
So
90%.
the drug had already existed. It's a beta blocker called I'm not even going to
Beta
say it.
blockers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charcuterie?
Beta blockers are so huge. Charcuterie. Beta blockers, do you guys know about those? I took one time when I was on Dancing with the Stars. Pete Lee's girlfriend, who was a nurse, gave me one. She was like, they're really good for anxiety. People take them all the time for nerves. All the time in Hollywood. I didn't know anything about them. It was terrible for me because I have a low heart rate already, and it lowered it even more, and I was like about to pass out. Like I don't understand why aren't people addicted to beta blockers if that's a thing people take all the time to like calm their nerves. Why is Xanax a problem? Why, but not beta blockers? Can someone who knows explain this to me? Why beta blockers aren't a thing that you see people going away to rehab for? If everyone I know takes them, like everyone, for nerves, if
It
they're
might
doing
be
a
like what you were
performance.
saying about Instagram and like all these self-help books and stuff popping up in the next 10 years. Maybe it'll be the
Oh,
same.
yeah, it could be like the next thing. All right, another prediction. Have you guys been cheated on before?
I don't know.
Oh, did you take the medicine?
No.
That is a good point. Like you just don't know. I mean, you could have
was
been. I
never
asked Chris last night. I was like, "Have you ever
confirmed.
been cheated on?" He's like, "I don't think so." And I'm like, "Interesting, because you never really know. You can only assume
I feel
because the person could just not
I feel like
have
my
told
college
you."
girlfriend did. I feel like my college girlfriend was cheating on me, but I never
Okay.
found out for sure. But I definitely acted like she was.
Right? I would guess that she was.
I mean, she did get a
Right?
poem from the starting quarterback on the college football team. It was like a rap, and I was like, "That's something someone that fucked you would have done." You know?
No, that's someone who hasn't fucked her yet would have done.
True.
I don't think you understand how men work. They don't really care after the fact.
No, the poem was
When they're
that
trying to
shitty.
woo you.
Have you ever been
Oh
He
my
also
God,
said, "I
break-
fucked you good" in the poem. So
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I think maybe, the same thing, like maybe, but I don't think so. I mean, Chris for sure would. It's not even like there, and I know people are like, you don't know. There is just no way that man would ever. I just know how he operates. It would never be something he would do, even if it was like. There's just no way. There's no way. It's just
Is
he's
it
just too
worse?
kind.
Is it worse if you're in a relationship with someone who cheats, or if you're like dating, like in the courting process, and the guy starts cheating on you
dating,
at that
I would
point?
think.
Well, like yeah, right.
What's worse?
when it's like solid? When you're
it's
dating
solid.
and it's like
Yeah.
when it's solid, it hurts more. No, in the beginning, you think? What are you talking about?
I think it
Before
would-
you're official.
Yeah, if it's like at the starting stages, because then it's like, oh, he chose her over me, because it's kind of like you're competing for the status of girlfriend.
Right.
don't know.
I could see that, like in the beginning where you're like, Yeah, I
And
could
there's
see
probably
that.
no
A
hope
feeling
for
like
working it out. In a relationship, you could work it out because it's probably due to some kind of deficiency you have in your relationship that needs work.
But I would say that a lot of guys stray in the beginning stages because they're getting scared that they're never going to fuck again because they're falling in love.
So you might as
And
well
so-
get it done before you get the label.
Yeah. Yes. And I think that it's also normal too. Like I think that way more people cheat. Like whenever someone cheats or it comes out, like people cheat. I've talked about this on the show. Like why are we surprised that Adam Levine cheated on his wife? Give me a fucking break. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it happens so much more. I'm always like, where are people finding the time to meet people and like develop relationships outside of their own relationships? Relationships are exhausting and take all of your time. Like, I don't know. It's just.
Well, I mean, judging from his DMs, it's not like it's that much. He's just like, whoa, wow, rad body, solid tits.
I think.
That doesn't take that much time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm going to name my daughter
God.
after you, Sumner.
I know we all, isn't that, it's all water under the bridge now. He's like on Kelly Clarkson now, just like talking about how hard it is to be a dad.
How
And
did
it's
he
like,
get
wait,
over
didn't you
this?
try-
How did you get over it, Adam? Oh, you mean writing?
He paid publicists thousands of dollars to cover the story
Scrub
up
the
and to
internet.
create other stories about, so we were distracted from it. Like, you don't even know what other stories came up that week because they wanted, like, that were probably generated by the Adam Levine camp to distract. Like, our media is not to be trusted. Everything is just so... And not that I don't want him to lose everything. I think cheating is so pedestrian at this point that it's almost like, who gives a fuck? But I also don't want to act like it's... I don't know. It's but yeah, I've one time a guy that I was dating made out with another girl, but he was so drunk he thought it was me. And I know that sounds like, Nikki, you're gullible. No, you guys don't understand how drunk this guy used to get. He literally thought it was me. Like he used to like hallucinate when he would drink. And the next day I was like, I heard you made out with a girl at this bar. And he's like, I thought it was you. And I was like,
I know exactly what.
yeah, I thought it was you. And I was like, I believed him and I still believe him. And I know you're like gullible. No, you don't know
No,
what
I
a
believe
fucking
it. I believe
alcoholic
it.
this
Yeah.
guy was.
Yeah.
And he had no reason to cheat on me. It was like,
I could
and
see
also,
him being in a relalandship with you for
Whether or
months
not
and
he
be like, I
thought
thought
it-
you were someone else.
Yes, totally. That's how drunk he was. He was such a mess. But he also, when people are drunk, you gotta kind of excuse it. I'm sorry, don't excuse the drunkenness. That's a problem. Like you're dating someone who's escaping their feelings to the point where they're doing things that they don't even know what they're doing. But when you are blackout drunk, you are not to be accountable for your actions. I do not think. I honestly think it should be like an excuse in a court of law that someone's blackout drunk, because I have said and done things that I cannot stand by and would never have done if I was sober. So
But
when
does it
someone
bring
cheats
out
on you,
your real,
No,
that's what they
no.
say. Does it bring out your real,
No.
intentions? Like
no,
something.
what it does is like if you know you're a drunk who does bad things like that, you then you are accountable. You're like, but if you get so drunk and it's like the first time you drank or something and you cheat on your boyfriend, let it go, boyfriend. She didn't
there
know
should be
that she was going to do that.
of cheating, like
Yeah.
drunk,
But
hammered in
drunkenness
Vegas.
makes
like,
you, yes. It makes, but we talked about this before too. If you get cheated on and you're like, were you drunk? And the guy's like, no. You're like, can you just say you were so that it doesn't
no, it's 3
feel so
p.m.
bad?
on a Tuesday. I was reading a book and then I fucked her. It's like, what? No, dude. Just say you fucking had Jaeger bombs. I haven't drank in 10 years. Yeah. Yeah, in between chapter 7 and 8, I fucked her, and I was like, I really love her too, but it means
cheating,
nothing.
I think there are different levels of cheating. A cheating of like fucking someone or like meeting fucking is a lot, but like making out or like hooking up with someone you meet at a bar or like in Vegas or like somewhere at a party where it's like you could just walk into another room and cheat. If there's like planned cheating, that also is another level of like what's going on in your relationship. Like people cheat all the time to just get out of relationships, like that is another thing where it's like people are lonely in their relationships. Someone comes along. Do you know how many people you know in relationships who got together because that relationship started from them cheating? So many. And they're not going to tell you. They always have a story of like, we used to work together and then we got together after I broke up with my boyfriend. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. And you're probably
It
listening to this
overlap.
now.
It doesn't overlap, but it does. Like
My old, Dr. Abusive used to tell me, like, sometimes people need a lily pad. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Like, if you're not a bad person, sometimes to get out of a relationship, you need to know that there's someone else who will like you. And it happens so often. Speaking of Dr. Abusive, I got a text from my old therapist who
out of nowhere.
That was
out
crazy.
of nowhere
That's weird.
on Thursday night, out of nowhere, it just said, watch Working
You're
Moms.
back. Oh.
Shave, you're back.
Watch Andrew's
She
back.
knows me?
Watch Workin' Moms. And she
What
wrote
is that?
Workin', WORKIN, but the show is called Working Moms. It's a show about mothers who like work. I don't know. It's like a funny show. And I was like, what does this mean? I have not talked to her in 7 years. Our last interaction was, I'm done. I can't do this. Like, it wasn't like a good splitting. She got me, she fucked over my insurance because she called them because she was like, apparently hurt by me canceling her. So she told the insurance that all these things that they all of a sudden had a list of pre-existing conditions for me that I never gave them, and they refused to cover my therapy after her because of what she called to tell them. Like, she really like fucked me over. And then I get a text from her. This is watch, and she's 84, 5, 6, 7, 8 by now, by the way. She's in her 80s, and she just wrote, watch Working Moms. And I got this text at, 12 o'clock at night on the East Coast. And
probably
she's on the
drunk.
West Coast. So, no, she doesn't drink. And everyone's like, oh, it's about you having a baby. And I'm like, no, I went to see her 7 years ago. I wasn't even talking about kids back then. I was talking, she thinks, she would always tell me I'm not funny. And she would always tell me what funny things to watch so that I would be more funny because I was not funny in sessions. And so I think she was really like, this show's funny. Nikki should watch it. And made her think of me. It was so weird though. I didn't write back. It gave me, I started having heart palpitations as soon as she texted me. It was so upsetting.
I feel like
Something that
it's
is
more like
also-
the working aspect, no? Like, here's people that work a ton, but also still have a relationship and kids, and yet they still are so productive. I would feel like that would be something that you guys talked about, right? Like,
Never. No, I never
really?
talked about kids
not
back
kids,
then.
Not kids, but just being overworked and still having a life, I guess. I don't know.
No, she used to think that I didn't like. She was not impressed by anything I did ever. I got my first TV show when we were together, and I was so proud to be like, I have a TV show, and there are posters in the New York subway that she would ride with my face on them, and she never acknowledged it. She never would say. She's like, so I don't like you any more or less because of that. It doesn't matter to me. And I'm like, and then she asked me to write a blurb for her husband's book, and I go, does it not matter now? Like, why do you want me to write a blurb if you don't think my fame or anything matters? Also, Taylor Swift just announced a tour.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out.
Oh, you just saw that?
I mean,
Thought
I just
you
saw
would
that.
have-
I saw a text
Yeah.
this morning from my friend. I thought I was dreaming. It was in my dream that she was going on tour. Yeah, it's happening as early as March. I'm so excited. I'm taking some months off next year, and I see that those are times where she's going to be places. She's not coming to St. Louis though. When do these go on tour? Or go on sale? Do we know?
I don't know that.
Oh, okay. I think. Yeah.
But I did see that. Yeah, she was going to Chicago. I guess that's the closest place if you were in St.
Kansas
Louis.
City.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Kansas City's closer, I think.
I mean, I
yeah,
feel like they're
that's
going to
gonna be
sell out
exciting.
within seconds. I mean, I don't know. How do you buy
I
tickets
know.
like that?
You talk to your agent or manager.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Or you go on
know what that
StubHub and pay, tens of thousands. I mean, it's going to be so expensive. But Taylor Swift also is a woman of the people. So I see her making it so that we can all go. I see some way. It's called the Eras Tour. Phoebe Bridgers is opening for her, who is one of my favorites. Haim, Girl in Red, another favorite. Muna, I don't know them. Gail, Gracie Abrams, and Owen, and Paramore, and Baba
Wow.
Doobie.
That's a lot of openers.
Yeah, no, it's like
Are they
it's-
switching off? Like,
yes, they're switching
okay,
off.
Gotcha.
I think it was Muna. I sent you a couple of songs from them.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's ringing a bell. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I don't think I could go to any of the Phoebe Bridgers opening ones though. Fuck. Girl in Red is amazing though, and those are the ones that I can go to. Oh my God, it's kind of around my birthday. I think I'm probably gonna go to. I'm hoping to go to 10 of them. Final thought. I really want to go to as many as I can forever and ever. Amen. All right. Let's go to Reddit dump.
This is your
This is your Reddit dump. All righty.
Andrew.
This is from Ask Women, and it says, what is a gross yet harmless habit you have? And I just want to share some of these because they made me feel less gross and also not like way more gross than these people think they are. A girl said, picking my nose. I can't stand it when things get crusty in there. How else are you going to get things out? I know with a tissue, but sometimes you got to grab it and you need to have like a grip on it. You know?
Yeah, I pick my nose too much.
Yep.
Apparently it causes Alzheimer's. I saw something, but
Picking your nose?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're
No
tickling your
way.
brain or
Don't
something.
just say that.
I swear it was an article. I didn't read
Okay,
it. I
someone
just saw the
said,
headline.
when my lips are dry, I pick off the dry skin. I usually do this if I'm anxious, which is like a lot. I've done that before. You just bite little pieces of skin off. I mean, I do that with my nails, like my cuticles.
All
I
day.
love biting cuticles.
Oh, it's the best. Till it's
Sometimes I
painful.
grab my boobs or my ass for no actual reason. That's not a gross habit.
I play with my own
right?
tits sometimes when I jerk off. Is that weird?
It really grosses me out. That's gross.
The imagery that I just got. Right
The jerking off aspect, and then like you don't even like your tits.
I know.
thought.
It's like a hate thing,
But
I think.
I just imagine you with your shirt on also. Going with your hand under.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, like going up the shirt. That's
yeah,
funny.
like
No,
you keep your t-shirt on.
I left the bra on.
You like go, yeah. You
I
feel
went over
yourself
the
up.
bra. Yeah.
These days, I stay home most of the time. So lately, I've gone 3 to 4 days without showering. I will change my underwear and clean my area.
Oh, that's not gross.
Wow, you clean it. It's not gross. I mean, like 3 to 4 days is pretty long time, but like I just like don't wash my hair for maybe that long sometimes. I think I'm going on day 3 or 4 right now with my hair, but I get in there and I scrub everything else. Yeah, and you got to change your underwear every day. I mean, that is foul to wear the same pair. If you can wear the same pair of underwear 2 days in a row, I'm telling you, if I take off my underwear for anything, whether it's sex, whether it's like to change into a different outfit and then I change back, if I've worn those underwear for more than 3 minutes, I'm not putting them back on. I do not re-put on underwear. It's so gross to me, but that's just my
Well, women's
weird thing.
underwear is just so in there, you know? If you wore boxers, it might
Not
be a
mine.
different story. What do you mean?
I mean, I think you're used to Brenna wearing like thongs.
What do you wear? Like all whitey tighties?
No, I just wear like bikini.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not a
still
thong.
in there.
It's not
That's
in.
still. I'm just
What do you
saying
mean
compared
it's
to
in there?
boxers. Compared to boxers.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
it's kind of like more loose. Yeah, a loose fit.
Like your underwear, if it didn't have anything on it, it'd be weird. Because
It would be
Yeah.
if there was no smell at all, and
That
that's
means
not that
you're-
it smells bad. It just that is weird. You're right. Before showering, I scratch my scalp to pick off the dandruff. Sometimes they come off in big pieces, and I like to look at them. I would probably like to eat them if I did have dandruff, but I don't because we learned that from a 23andMe test. Do you
Lot
ever
of
pick off your dandruff and eat it or look at it?
I don't eat it. I eat my skin off my fingers, but
Yes,
I
that's
do,
delicious.
I do have dandruff, and I like to sometimes rub my head until it goes all over my black shirt, and I like
And then you go
seeing the
jingle
fall.
bells,
Yeah.
jingle bells,
Jingle all the way. I'm disgusting.
Okay.
I should wash my
Did
hair.
you see Heidi Klum's outfit?
No, a lot of skin.
No, this Halloween, she dressed as like a disgusting worm, and it looks like a colon. Like it's so funny though. Can I show you this picture
Yeah,
of her
I'd
on a
love to
red
see it.
carpet? It's so funny. I posted it on my Instagram story, you guys. But look at Heidi Klum on the red carpet. She's being interviewed, and she has to like lay down on the carpet
Ew.
because I guess she can't stand in this, and it is so disturbing looking.
Oh my god. Oh my. Is that her head in there?
Yes.
Oh my god.
She
That's how I
loves
feel on the
Halloween.
inside. That does look like the inside of a colon. Holy shit. I love when
It's
a really
so
hot
funny.
girl. It's funny when
Yeah,
a
like
hot
for
woman
Halloween,
dressed
she's like,
shit.
I want to be ugly.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to
I'm
take a
gonna-
departure. I want to really
yeah,
scare everyone
Yeah.
by being normal looking. I mean,
Yeah.
but she really goes out. Like she really loves to look just disgusting. Someone said, sometimes if I forget to brush my teeth, I'll scrape at them with my fingernail and wipe the plaque on stuff. Do you do that?
I used to do that with
have.
like my back teeth. I'd have some build up and I get on my fingernail and then I'd eat
From
it.
not brushing them, Noah? We know Andrew didn't brush his teeth, but Noah,
No,
did you not brush your
A
teeth?
decade.
Sometimes like the brush wouldn't get it, but now I have a pick. Now I, like,
Right.
that they have.
I
the
love
dentist.
taking sometimes like your plaque builds up inside, like down in the bottom teeth on the inside. Sometimes it will, and I love to take a tweezers. And I pull open the tweezers so that I can get a good angle and give it more. And then I get in there and I
metal
scrape
on
it
your
off.
teeth though?
Yeah, that's what they use at the dentist.
I guess so, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. And oh man, that is so satisfying.
You ever
I love
grind
it.
your teeth and get a taste in your mouth somehow? I don't know what that's from. I don't know.
How often are you brushing your teeth now?
I'm good now. I'd probably
What
do
does that mean?
1 or 2 a day. Definitely
Wait,
before I go to sleep.
But
change my
not
underwear.
sometimes not in the morning.
Actually, no. I've been doing it 2 a day. 2 a day. I've been pretty consistent. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty like normal now, which is weird. Like with like dishes and all that shit. But yeah,
That's great. Okay, this is from Damn. That's interesting. I'm glad that you were finally having habits that 4-year-olds have.
yeah. Look, I caught up. Look, we all grow up. Never.
No, it's hard
eventually.
when you don't learn those things, and I am proud of you. Damn, that's interesting is the subreddit. And this is good, just so you know, for people who eat pizza, like who get pizza regularly, you get more pizza in an 18-inch than you do in 2 12-inch pizzas. Wouldn't you think 2 12-inch pizzas would give you more pizza?
100%.
these-
Yeah.
But they've done that, there's the math you can do, and you get 254 square inches in a 18-inch pizza, and you get 226. So 254 versus 226. So always get the bigger pizza as opposed to 2 smaller ones. Most of the time, that's going to give you more.
That's wild. I mean, circumference. I mean, you would think, 2 6-inch penises would be smaller than a 13-inch penis.
You would think.
I mean-
yes.
No, wait. No, 2 6-inch penises would be bigger than a 10-inch penis, which it is.
But you're talking about like like the diameter.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't know. It's math.
I lost
Anyhow.
you. Penis pizza. Okay. This is from Ask Women again. And it says, which couple would be the best representation of your desired relationship? Like, if you had to choose a couple, real or fictional, as an ideal for your own desired relationship, who would you pick and why? I bet a lot of people would pick Brenna and Andrew because of just what they think. Like, we all pick couples based on what they show us on Instagram. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of things in common, a lot of sensibilities similar. We look alike. We look like we could be cousins. People like that for some reason. Oh, you look alike. You guys should fucking fuck. It's like, what? That's
Wait, people say that to you?
maybe me.
That you look like?
I mean, that we have similar features. I think that's been told to me before.
Interesting.
I can see
okay.
that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Do
but,
you think you could like date a blonde? You've never dated a blonde, blue-eyed man, right?
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's my main look. Like Chris and I do. I always tell Chris we look alike because you are attracted to people that you look like. Because I don't
You have
know
similar
why.
smiles, you and Chris.
Yeah.
You both have
Yeah,
like
we have big,
smiles.
big
Big
white
smiles.
smiles, and we have kind of like rounder eyes, and yeah, we have good jaws. I think.
Yeah, solid jaws.
Decent hairlines. I mean, mine's a little. I have a bigger forehead than he has. Okay, so people had listed Morticia and Gomez Adams. My gothic and morbid taste aside, they're so supportive and passionate for each other. I thought that was sweet. Someone said, my wife and I are R2D2 and C3PO, and it works for us. I want to do stupid shit. She tells me all the things that will go wrong if I do stupid shit. I drive off whistling, and she follows going, oh dear, and it all works out in the end. Someone said Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt from Parks and Rec.
I like
Bob and Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. What? No, who's yours?
Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon Zombie.
Oh,
They are
Why?
because they're so like supportive of each other, and they kind of have like a similar style, and he puts her in like his movies, so you could see how much he loves her. And I just remembered one time I was
did you
on a
see the
flight.
Munsters?
No, not yet. but I want to.
I hear it's fucking terrible. Chris on his radio show was doing a thing called the Munsters Challenge to see how long you could get through it before you gave up on it. You have to do the Munsters Challenge.
Okay,
I
I'll do
lasted
it.
16 minutes. Okay. But anyway, yes, you were on a flight.
So one time I was on a flight and they were in first class or whatever, and he was putting her bag away for her. He just like I could just tell he loves her so much. So they're my
That's sweet.
favorite celebrity
Ed
couple.
Sheeran and his wife Cherry, I think her name is. And
Yes.
there's something we put on when celebrities are like, when did you meet her? Did she know you before you became famous? And you find out they went to like high school together, and you're like,
Yeah, Charlie
that's-
Puth is now dating someone.
Yeah, I
from,
saw that too,
Like his
from Howard
hometown
Stern.
on
Yeah.
Howard Stern. He said, like, but it makes sense because the person, everyone thinks like I did the same thing. I'm like with someone who kind of felt like I knew me before stuff, because anyone you meet afterwards kind of puts you on a pedestal that you've never really put yourself on, and it feels unnatural, and it feels like you can't like live up to that.
like
Ryan
when
Reynolds
Howard-
and Blake
sorry.
Lively. Oh, sorry. Yes.
I like when Howard was like to Charlie Puth when he goes, so did she treat you like shit? But then you won her over when you became famous.
Yeah,
He goes, no,
Howard
she was
always
actually
projects.
Yeah, he does.
I would say Howard and Beth. I would take their relationship. They love each other so much. It's so
Yes.
respectful and sweet, and they just like don't need anyone else but them. It's probably codependent, but I like it. I would take the couple that Noah. I sent you the girl that I've sent one other bestie asked me for the girl that is so triggering on Instagram. I had to I couldn't do
Oh,
it.
so many
Noah
people are
asked
asking
me.
for her.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm not going to send it. I got really
Don't
weak and I
ask
sent
me.
it to one bestie. I'm sorry. Don't ask. Don't ask Noah either. She's not going to give it to you. But I sent it to you, Noah. Did you give that a gander and look at their relationship?
I did. I thought it was a little performative, to be honest.
Interesting. I think that they tricked me then, because I thought it was like actually fun. Like there was this one video where they set up the camera and you could tell that they were just shooting it for themselves and like just having a romantic moment. And I watched that with like so much like longing and like they're so sweet. And I will say yesterday, Matt posted a thing about Anya on his Instagram that made me. I actually think Matt and Anya's relationship I really love, because I'm around
I
them
like
all
them a lot,
weekend
too.
on tour, and he is just loves her so much, is so just enamored with her, and like says yes dear and like honey and calls her babe, and like I just love that stuff. And he wrote on Instagram, he put a picture up of her on Instagram, and he wrote, "It's cool to be blown away by your partner, girlfriend, lover, co-pet parent, best friend." It's so sweet.
That is nice.
I showed Chris and I was like, "Isn't this sweet? Do you want to post something like that someday?"
Oh, and tag me.
I didn't say that, but I was like, "Would you?"
Just make sure you tag me
just
in the
know
pod.
that I think this is sweet.
yeah, yeah.
But we watched Love Is Blind yesterday.
Oh
and
my
we are,
God,
I swear to
watched
God,
it.
watching that. Have you watched? What episode are you up to?
Third. So
Okay.
not all of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
We'll talk about it tomorrow, maybe.
yeah.
People-
it's funny watching
Start watching
it with
Love
your
Is Blind,
partner.
everyone.
Yeah, with your
It
partner.
is. You learn
I'll
so
watch them
much.
tonight.
You learn so much. Watch it with Avi. Watch a little bit. The new season. Okay.
It is funny
That's
watching.
everyone's homework.
Oh, we'll talk about it tomorrow. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah. Can't wait. Okay. Love Is Blind. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. Don't be cut there, and jackpot.
Jared.